give you a little bit of information about what's going on. I am going to give you a live running commentary of today's SEO chat on Twitter. For those of you that may not be familiar with SEO chat, it is one of the longer running chats. We've got officially 5 minutes before the start. So I'm getting all set up. I have TweetDeck open in front of me. It's running all kinds of information for me. Hey Ryan, wow, thank you for checking out the Periscope. I'm kind of excited about how this works. You'll have to give me something to tweet and comment on both in the SEO chat stream and here on Periscope. Hey Andrea, thank you for supporting me. Oh, wow, thank you Lawrence. Obviously I'm excited and doing great. Hey Andrea, this is kind of new for me. My friend Andrea has been kind of showing me the way on how to do a live running commentary while I'm doing a Twitter chat, so I'm going to give this a shot. I did this one time when I was hosting my own chat, and it was like, wow, that was just way too much. So this time I'm just participating in a chat, and we're going to see how this goes. As with all live video, who knows what may happen. You may hear pets in the background. Oh, good morning then, Lawrence. I've had my coffee. I have my nice little mighty fine beverage. Obviously, if I'm really intending on keeping a running commentary going for a full hour of a Twitter chat, I'm going to need something to keep me from getting parched and raspy. So you'll have to indulge me a little bit if I stop, take a drink or whatever. There's good reason you want me to be able to keep talking. Just to give you a little bit of background, like I said, SEO chat is one of the longer running chats. They focus on SEO, but it's really cool because this particular community of people really are committed not to just SEO and the technicalities of it and sometimes the long hairy bits that are like, ooh. They're really into how SEO plays a part of your wider internet marketing. Is it as good as SEO Talk on Mondays? Yeah, I would say so. It's been around for a lot longer, and some really interesting people have participated. I know that Bruce Clay's company frequently participates. Moz frequently participates with this chat. So you're definitely getting a lot of heavy hitters that you would normally see at like the conferences. They participate in this SEO chat. So check it out. Let me know what you think. I really love this week's topic. We're talking about content marketing and SEO and how content drives both search visibility and ROI. Who wouldn't want a better return on their investment when they're creating content? So this is going to be really cool. And this week, Andrea Lair is our host for SEO chat. She is at Andrea M. Lair, Lehr, on Twitter. I would highly recommend that those of you that are capable of sitting down at your computer and watching the Periscope while you're at your computer, by all means go type up pound SEO chat and kind of watch the stream along with me. I think you'll get a lot out of it. But whether you do or not, there's going to be some really cool stuff come out of this. Not only are you getting a chance to watch it here on Periscope, I will be uploading this video to YouTube later. And I think I may actually be stripping the audio off to see how this works as a podcast. So regardless of how you like to consume information like this, I'm going to give you a chance to try it in several different formats. We'll see what we think about it, okay? Deal? Ryan, you're absolutely welcome. I love introducing new people to great chats, and this is definitely one of the best chats on Twitter, especially for digital marketing and all that kind of stuff. So welcome, Rytech. It is straight up noon. I'm going to retweet Andrea, letting people know that we are participating in SEO chat. She is welcoming everybody in and letting them know, hey, it's time to check in and let people know who you are and what you're about. So I'm going to take a quick moment to type in here and respond to the chat and let her know that I'm here, I'm scoping, and I'm here on behalf of my Brand Authority Labs. Alright, so I'm checked in. We've got several people checking in. The Fractal Agency just checked in and said hello to Andrea. Andrea is greeting other people. Usually here on SEO Chat, we will take a minute or two and just let people check in. We're not going to jump right into questions right away. By all means, if those of you watching as the discussion kind of rolls along, if you guys have comments that you want to post here and have me share into the chat, totally happy to do that. Thank you, Andrea, you're awesome. Guess the shoe's on the other foot now. You're watching me instead of me watching you. This is going to be a very interesting experiment. I can't wait to see how all of this works out. So again, I like this chat because this chat is a daytime chat. It's kind of a very chill chat. We have moments where there's a lot of breathing room. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate the encouragement. Chrissy Kellogg from Bruce Clay just checked in. Andrea's still greeting people, so we're just kind of getting warmed up. And certainly, by all means, go check out SEO Chat. And there it is. Question 1. Let's begin with the relationship between SEO and content marketing. What connects the two? What are the key distinctions? Creative California retweeted it and I finally saw it. So, what connects the two as far as SEO and content go? Well, what connects them is the human element. Okay. So, Andrea also comments, she says that content marketing has really become SEO, and I totally agree with that. You can't have one without the other. If you're writing good content, it doesn't take that much more effort to make sure that it's optimized for search, that you're making sure that you're using the terms that people are using to search for answers to your that your content would answer. Let's see. Miles Technology says that content and SEO complement each other. Content marketing equals making stuff people want to read, where SEO is making sure they can find it. Good point. Andrea also says that in one simple phrase, SEO and content marketing are connected on quality over quantity. Agreed. Like I said, it's all part of the human element, where content marketing is really about making sure that your content is readable and easily consumed by human beings. SEO makes sure that the search engines can easily crawl it and make sure that people can find it. Andrea continues to comment. She says, content on your website via webpage, blog, that's all SEO, and absolutely right. Emily Christopher says SEO and content marketing go hand in hand. Using keywords to optimize content is just one example. Christy Kellogg, you can't do SEO without content. It's just impossible. Absolutely true. If you don't have any content, you have no reason for search engine optimization. So there you go on that one. Hey, there's Ryan Jones. Ryan Jones is a good friend of mine. I love this guy. He says SEO basically is content marketing. Love it. Eric Lander, successful SEO requires quality content, and quality content is rewarded with SEO traffic. So I'm not the only one that's trying to figure out, did I miss question 1 or not? Andrew James is like, oh, where is that question? Andrea Lair continues with SEO works through links, and you earn those links by producing high quality content. Andrea Kochikaru, give me just a second. Lauren, you also have your H1, H2 tags as well as, it's not keyword stuffing. Keyword stuffing honestly will turn your human consumers off. If it's just a page full of jargon and it isn't well written, who cares whether it had all the right keywords on the page? You know, the search engines might love it, they might not. Honestly, I will say this, that, the search engines have become a lot more sophisticated. They are taking into account more of the semantics and more of the meaning of the content. Sweet spot, natural and intuitive keywords. Yeah, you can't really depend just on keywords that you think people are talking about your industry. You really have to get into how general users search for what you do. The second question is out. Let me read it to you. Andrea posts, given the strong relationship between SEO and content, what are some of the ways you integrate your SEO into your content marketing efforts? Obviously, we're already starting to talk about keywords, but for me, really, it's the semantics. Right. Long tail keywords usually work best for specific traffic. I wish these comments didn't fade away fast enough that I couldn't type them back in. Let me see if I can. I just typed in my answer. Let me see if I can do this from Periscope. Okay, Lawrence, I know I didn't type this in exactly the same way you did. I did kind of paraphrase, but I'm throwing your comment in about long tail keywords. Let me scroll back down because while I've been talking to you, they've been continuing to talk about the answer to this question. Andrea Lair kicks off answers. Let me see. Now, Andrea Korchikaru. Andrea, you're the first one in with an answer to question 2. She says because it's more than just text, it's images, it's video, using alt descriptions and titles. Absolutely right. Content isn't just written content. And the search engines are becoming more and more sophisticated about audio, about video. I think the reason why Google has given us the ability to verbally search and speak into, a search query, I think Google is trying to learn how we verbally use language, and I think that's kind of the next step. Google really understands fairly well what we mean when we write something down. Now it's beginning to try and understand what we mean when we say something. So can you imagine the benefit of voice recognition when it comes to crawling video content? This could get really interesting. NetVantage Marketing says we always have leftover keywords not used on product service pages. It's fantastic for content marketing. Good thought there. Andrew and I are kind of still thinking on the same lines. Ms. Kochikaru continues. For an example with YouTube, optimize descriptions, titles, tags. Then when shared, you get an SEO boost. Absolutely. YouTube video still shows up beautifully in search. If you can answer a question in video, and don't forget, search is YouTube. I mean, lots of people go straight to YouTube. They skip Google and Bing and Yahoo entirely, go straight to YouTube to find an answer to a question. So don't forget that. Let's see. Andrew James also chimes in about long tail keywords. He says, always add long tail keywords into your content. Reddit and Wikipedia are great sources for research. Andrea Lair continues with answer to keywords. Research them and utilize them strategically throughout your content. Remember that they should sound natural and not stuffed. My comment about long tail keywords pops up right about here. Caitlin Borodin, forgive me if I don't pronounce your names correctly when I'm reading them off of Twitter. You'll just have to give me a little slack here. Make sure your content is easily understood by readers, but also the search bots. Honestly, for me, write for human beings first. The bots are certainly sophisticated enough to figure out what's going on. If you're writing an excellent piece, then you're fine. Jesse Stoller says content marketing is an essential component of successful SEO campaign. Also done some tests with tags, found that using less than 5 is actually ranks better. Ooh, that is interesting. I'm gonna add that. Okay, thank you, Lawrence. I've added your comment to the stream here. Let me get a little caught up. Oh, hey, there's the buyer group. I love Lisa Buyer and her team at the buyer group. Let's see what they had to say. Choose one primary keyword phrase per press release or article. The buyer group specializes in PR. Thank you. You are so awesome, Lawrence. You're really adding something to this conversation. It's pretty cool to be able to take something from Periscope and add it to the Twitter chat and then bring stuff from the Twitter chat back into Periscope. You are really being awesome and helping me. Buyer group continues. Keep in mind that your brand isn't always the keyword. Good thought there. People don't necessarily, they don't know about you yet. How are they going to search for your brand as an answer to a question if they haven't ever discovered you before? So be sure and go through things further than that. Okay, I've gotten behind talking to you guys because Q3 is up. Let me read it to you. Question 3. Keywords seem like a popular way to integrate SEO and content marketing. How do you determine your keywords and how frequently do you update them? Oh, this is a brilliant question, especially for me as a social marketer, because a lot of it has to do with how are people talking in the social spaces. Okay, let me read my answer to you. As far as my answer to question 3 goes, social media listening is a key part of how we continue to identify topics and create relevant content. Andrea Kurtakaru, don't be afraid of offline efforts either. Listen to sales and customer service and ID what phrases they're using. Bingo. Kind of along the same lines as I mentioned with social media marketing, listen to your offline conversations as well as your online conversations. Michael Hall, use tools. I love keywordtool.io. Use their questions section, then establish top keyword targets and develop content. I know, I love this topic. This is why I love SEO Chat. They are really great. I was a little afraid to join SEO Chat at the beginning because I wasn't really sure whether this was going to be a fit for me. I'm a social media marketer. I'm a writer. I'm not an SEO tech geek. Don't get me into code and site architecture and all of the underpinnings that make a site easy to crawl. I can't go there. But this aspect of SEO I really get and I love, actually. I love. Because this is more of the human element of SEO than the technical SEO. Let me continue scrolling through. Yes, SEO is writing. Absolutely it is. Annie Singer says Bing vomits webmaster tools, gives good insight. See, the long tail people are using to find you and answer their questions. Exactly. Sometimes you need to reverse engineer and look at the keywords that are driving traffic to you, because you never know. Somebody may have typed in something that you didn't think of and managed to find you. Mark Hansen, get keywords from personas. Study how real people in your audience talk and write. Again, that goes back to social. Let's see. Hey, there's Nava Berg, one of the lovely ladies from the buyer group. Love her. Let's see. Casey Gillette. I like to find what people are asking and the keywords and phrases they're using in questions and comments. Again, you know what? Go back and mine the comments of some of your better performing content and see what they had to say. How can you grow that content a little bit further? What topics and terms were they using in conversation around that piece of content? So even your own content. Thank you for sharing this Periscope, Lawrence. You're my pal today, man. Let's see. Andrea Laird, look at posts on targeted sites to determine what they're talking about and use Google Trends to add focus and context to each word. Nice. Let's see. I've actually caught back up with the stream. Carlos Monteblanco, find low to medium competitive keywords in AdWords. LSI Keywords is also a good tool he recommends. Thank you, buyer group, for giving me a quote. They love the social media comment. Obviously, I'm getting to participate a little bit more with you than I am with them. That's okay. You know what, Lawrence? So am I. I'm just now kind of wrapping my brain around what I could use Periscope for. I think this is a really good way to use it. I'm planning on using it at some conferences and stuff later this fall. There are moments where I feel like if I can capture a learning moment, a moment where you're getting something out of it, I'm getting something out of it, that's the kind of things I want to share on Periscope. You know, giving people a peek into what it's like around my neighborhood, walking my dog, or a concert that I've been to, or I like the slice of life stuff, but honestly, if I'm going to spend my time on Periscope listening to somebody, I really would rather, learn something. And so I'm basically giving you guys kind of the same content that I hope I find on Periscope. So we'll see how this goes. This is my grand experiment. Let's see. Mike Wilton continues with the commentary. I know, the uses are almost endless. I love this because this reminds me of what Twitter was like at the very beginning stages, where the users were really defining how best to use Periscope. So let me quickly read to you Mike Wilton's comment on question 3, and then question 4 just rolled out. So if you'll give me just a second. Mike said, go beyond just the keyword tools. Explore your audience's needs. What questions are they asking online? What do they search for on your site? Good point. This is going to be huge and fun. Check what people are searching once they land on your site. I think that site search is incredibly valuable. There's lots of ways to capture how other people are looking for answers and what kinds of semantics and verbiage they use to find the answer that they're looking for. All right, back to the chat. Question 4 is now out. So Andrea Lair posts, aside from keywords, your SEO efforts can be elevated through high quality content. How do you ensure your content adds value? Cool. For me, this absolutely has to do with making sure to touch on all of the learning styles. Let me answer real quick, and then I'll read you my answer back. My answer: touch more learning styles, create written content, images, video, and podcasts. That's part of the reason why I'm testing how I can create other types of content around what we see on a Twitter chat. Obviously, Twitter chat, it's live, it's in the moment, you're reading it. But what about those folks that don't have time to sit down and read through a chat and participate like this? Maybe, they're in the car driving at this particular time of day or whatever. Did you know? Yes. So basically, anytime you tap the screen, Lawrence, you're giving me, it's the Periscope version of a like. The more I say something that you like, the more hearts you can give me and encourage me. Oh, this is something that I like. Please continue saying more of it. It's a way to give me feedback without necessarily having to type something in. I can also see, is it just you giving me feedback, or based on how many hearts and the various colors of hearts, I can see that several people are responding to whatever it is I'm sharing at that particular moment. I know. Cool, huh? Plus, Periscope also, I think, keeps track of the hearts that I'm getting, so if I'm well-loved, I'm going to rank a little higher in Periscope. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. So, we're talking about quality content and how to ensure that your content adds value. Andrew James, one of the SEO chat regulars, says make sure your posts are actionable enough to answer the initial question, but also go above and beyond that value. Thank you, Melhar. And please forgive me if I did not pronounce your name correctly. Yes, I did. I was pretty sure that the hearts and stuff also did affect my rankings here in Periscope. So if you like what I'm doing and you want more people to see what I'm up to, please give me lots of hearts. Plus, I just love and appreciation. Let's see, some of the others. Creative California has noticed that I'm periscoping. Thank you, Creative California, for the love and attention and a little shout out here on Twitter. SEO and authorship. Thank you, Andrea. Did you comment on that here in the stream? I know I'm really slow in scrolling through this. Oh, Bruce Clay has a really great comment for answer 4. Link to appropriate content for further reading. Include calls to action to keep them on your site. Add pics, slides, videos. Again, other types of content. The buyer group says create Twitter list for each market segment, allowing you to be more targeted on your analysis as far as keyword research goes. There you are, Andrea. There's your comment. Andrea Korchakaru. I focus on making content educational and being a thought leader, linking relevant pages, and those pages should have calls to action. Do you get as tongue-tied as I do, Andrea, when you're doing this? I was like, I'm trying to keep the energy up, and I'm winding up stumbling over what I'm reading. It's so funny. I love blogging. Watch your analytics. Look at the top 10 posts. Yay, tongue-tied. I swear I'm going to start tagging my Periscope videos with beware of the tongue-tie. Thank you. Let's see. Where was I? Look at the top 10 posts each month and review bounce rate, time on page, exit page, other KPIs. Yeah, definitely dig into your analytics and see what leaps are people making from your content, from one piece of content to the next. How do those two pieces relate? That might clue you in on something else going on. Andrea Lair jumps in and says, make sure that you make it human. And she's actually responding to you, Andrea Korchakaru. She's where you said stay away from blatant sales pitches and make it human. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate the encouragement. This is fun. Obviously, I'm very verbal and never have a problem continuing to talk. I can chatter all day long. So this is let's see. Andrea Korchakaru, again, use annotations in Google Analytics, big notable content features. Thank you, Andrea, for sharing that. Oh, thank you so much for sharing this scope on Twitter. I really appreciate it. NetVantage Marketing also says analytics, exclamation point. Review bounce rates, time on site, pages per visit, determine what content was successful and why, and don't forget how one content piece relates to another. when you're looking at what keyword brought that particular person to your content, and you can, trust me, there are ways to find out what the keyword was, even though it's not provided. There are ways to find it. I know, I work for a tool that can help you find that. Trump opens his mouth and people will start to hear what comes out of it. Absolutely. I hope you come back for more of these, Lord. You're keeping me entertained. But also how subsequent pages relate back to the original search term that brought them to your site in the first place. Really, really informative as to where you go in the next iterations of content. Oh my goodness, David Pro HQ. I had to give you his Twitter handle rather than his name because I would completely mangle and destroy his last name. So at David Pro HQ on Twitter says add value. You have to understand a reader's needs, wants, beliefs. Having your customer personas nailed down will help you to do that. Carlos Monteblanco, hyperlinks, high quality images with text, rich content in the body that exceeds the expectations of the user's query. Brilliant. Do anything that you can to exceed the expectation. Andrea Lair, if your content answers specific questions while also leaving room for interpretation and discussion, you've added value. Brilliant thought there. Let's see, let's get kind of close to, here's question 5, it is out. Let's see what we've got here. Question 5, what are some of the popular metrics that you use to measure a campaign's success? Oh boy, now we're really getting into, wow. For me, hang on, a lot of it has to do with referral traffic. Okay, so in answer to question 5, I said it's about referral traffic. How did content propagate across the digital spaces? It's not just how many people visited the site, but how did they discover your content in the first place? How much of the traffic was searched? Maybe, you were part of a hangout that you mention a particular blog article and then you link back to it. How does traffic propagate across more than just search? Google Analytics I use a lot to keep track of traffic and where it comes from and how long they stay. Right. Let me add that into the commentary here for you, Lawrence. Okay. Let's see what some of the other folks are saying. There's Patrick McEwen, my good friend. Patrick's responding to you, Andrea. Let's not get too fancy now. CRM is able to track that. He's commenting that he has headaches like this every day. Nice. Andrea, thank you. You continue to comment here in the stream. I track SEO conversations based on attribution, where the conversations came from, and note if it was off-site or on-site. Right. I think a lot of us are kind of thinking along the same lines. Casey Gillette says, leads and sales are obviously top priority, but getting people into the funnel is also a plus. Did they come back? Right. How many visitors to a particular page were new? How many of them are returning visitors? Are we actually developing relationships with a particular recurring audience on our website, or are we churning? New all the time. People come visit, but they don't come back. That's a problem. If people stop, they read something, but they never come back again, your content isn't quite up to snuff, guys. Eric Lander, go way beyond the default and include author metrics, engagement depth, and organic social enrollment. Quite right. Michelle Mikulev, engagement metrics like bounce rate and session duration. Right on. Did they actually read through the entire long diatribe, or do you need to shorten up your content for a little bit easier consumption? Nisha says engagement metrics, time on page, social metrics, sharing, etc., conversion metrics. Obviously, all of that's important. Social sharing is really important. Yes, you need to be amplifying your own content and pushing it out into social, but how well does it resonate with others? Do they enjoy it so much that they then turn around and help you share it? It's not just how much traffic is coming in from social, but how much amplification are other people giving your content in social. Those social validations are really important. Mark Hansen, set up goals in Google Analytics. Content marketing and SEO should be measured against specific micro goals. Absolutely right. Don't just throw spaghetti on the wall for the sake of throwing spaghetti on the wall. Hey, check this out. Alan Blyweiss has actually jumped into this chat. He's still trying to figure out what's going on, though. Andrea Lair mentions a study from Fractal Agency and Moz. Leads, high quality links, and social shares were at the top of metrics to be measuring. I'm sorry, I was reading the stream and I did not see what you just posted. I think it was Lawrence. It started to fade before I could even see. Sometimes as much as 40%. Right. What do you consider a conversion? I think is kind of important because obviously, yes, a buy click, something where they're actually purchasing something for you or they're signing up for something, yes, those are obvious conversions. But sometimes shares and comments can be considered conversions as well. That's something that you need to rate internally. Is there value enough to track social shares, comments, as well as subscriptions, purchases, those kinds of things. You need to kind of have a broader scope of what defines a conversion. Let's see. Ryan Jones is actually including a few jokes and snarky comments, so pardon me for laughing. This is a good point. They've kind of slowed down on the chat for a moment. We've still got 20 minutes left, but I really need a drink, so just give me a second here. Right, responsive. Ooh, good point. Good point. Thank you. So, based on your comment, Lawrence, I just typed in part of this A5 is tracking traffic by device is also important. Are you serving your mobile audience? Yes, search engines love responsive sites. Absolutely, they do. Q6 is now out, so we're going to keep rolling with the conversation. I'm setting up so that I can respond. So here's question 6. Some indicated the number of links in terms of total links versus authority of a link. Which do you argue is more valuable? So, when it comes to links, what's more important, having lots of links leading back to your site or a handful of high quality, highly authoritative links? I would say, and Google has chimed in on this, and they tell us definitely when it comes to links, it's more about authoritative and relevant links. A pile of useless links really doesn't do you any good. But also, I would say that links that actually drive traffic. I think that Google is starting to look at, okay, were those just links posted for the hell of posting links, or are those links actually driving traffic back to relevant content? Non-relevant links will actually hurt you. Absolutely. Let me finish typing this. Okay, so my answer to question 6. Quality, authority, and relevance are far and away more important than just the pure quantity of links. And I'm going to also include from Periscope. Okay, so I have also included your comment in the chat. Let's see what a few of the others are saying about 6. Let me roll back here just a moment. Make sure that I get back to the question. Oh, Andrea, I'm sorry you're still not feeling well. Weekend's almost here. Does that help at all? Let's see. Answer 6. Authority, hands down. Absolutely, Andrea. I'm gonna give that a star while I'm sitting here. Eric Lander says both, with certain context. Quality for editorial links, volume for social shares and op-ed bloggers. Okay, I can give you that. Normally, I don't know. Do we actually count? Kid doesn't understand sick mommy. I know. Wait until he's a teenager. Then he'll wait on you and make you soup. At least that's what my teenagers do. Let's see. Let's continue answering. Dead on right, Ms. Chikaru. The focus is quality of links. You get trapped into bad linking. Oh, how easy is it to get trapped into bad linking anymore? It's like, it doesn't take much at all. Misha says she tends to lean toward quality over quantity, though ideally both. Point is, if you're getting links, you want tons of high quality links. A lot of this has to do with building relationships. Alan Blyweis. Quantity cannot be superior to quality if the quality is strong enough. One can be more valuable than 1,000, especially if it's from the right site, the right influencer, the right content. Totally agree with that. I think I'll give that a star. I need to start retweeting some of this stuff while I'm reading it. I'm so busy reading to you, I'm forgetting to engage over here. Michael Hall, I threw in an additional link metric called relevancy. Majestic, Ahrefs, etc. Are pushing relevancy metrics to help link builders. Alan Blyweis continues and says that quality links bring real, relevant traffic and off-site authority signals. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Thank you, Andrea Lair, for agreeing with what I had to say. Creative California also comments, I'm glad I met you too, Lawrence. Please keep an eye. I'm going to do what I can to be a bit more active here on Periscope. This is my opportunity. There are actually 2 chats that I want to cover every week. There's also one earlier in the day on Mondays called SEO Talk. So again, kind of the same content. Rycheck was asking me about it earlier because they frequently participate in SEO Talk, and now they're checking out SEO Chat. But for now, I'm going to do my best to cover SEO Talk on Mondays and SEO Chat here on Thursdays. So that's definitely going to increase the volume of scoping that I'm doing. So we'll see how this works out and give it a good try. I'm definitely going to give this a good, probably 6-week test or more. We'll see how it goes. Andrea Lair reminds us, Google favors the quality of your content more than the quantity. So I'd argue the same when it comes to links. Absolutely, yes. Everything is about, getting the quality right. My Twitter is Social Michelle R. So my name is Michelle Ross. I use my first name and my last initial. Obviously, social media marketing is what I do. So on Twitter, go look for Social Michelle R. If you want to find all of my social media outlets, all you have to do is go Google Michelle Stinson, Stinson, Ross. 3 names, Michelle Stinson Ross. You will find everything that I'm doing online. Yes, I'm that crazy. But that may be the best way to find me. And definitely if you search me in mobile, you'll find my Twitter first. It's pretty cool. Google has decided in mobile search I rate a carousel. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Let's go on with the debate over quantity versus quality. Andrea Lair answers her own question by saying, high authority publishers tend to have highly engaged followers as well, so content amplification is also stronger. Lawrence Bland, I will definitely go and take a look as soon as I am freed up from all of this. Do not doubt it. I just want to make sure that I'm serving everybody well by reading through these. Blagwise is incredible. Guys, if you want somebody to follow that is incredibly knowledgeable about digital marketing and particularly about SEO, go check out Alan Blagwise. AlanBleiweiss. Alan Blagwise. He comments here, quantity instead of quality is not a noble SEO goal when it comes to links. It's a shiny object vortex of wasted resources. Oh, thank you. Piece of cake. All I have to do is go back to my notifications. I'll follow you back. Yay. We have a question 7. Another popular metric is total social shares. How would you explain the value of shares to an industry outsider? I could type reams on this. Let's see. How about this? While bots will help you rank initially, it is the social vote of human confidence that you really need. Okay, let's see. La 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 la. Andrea is jumping off. It's time for some medication. Get better soon, sweetie. I hope that whatever it is that's... Yes, I'm in Texas! Oh, Beaumont, Houston. Okay, I'm in Austin, so not far. Where are you now, Lawrence? If you're not in Houston anymore, where are you now? And while you're answering that, I will share a comment from Andrew James on question number 7. He answers, social share counts can be manipulated. I approach it as a trust-building metric. How does social really affect the bottom line? Patrick McEwen chimes in, it's the same as interaction in real life. Oh, you're in Maryland, D.C. Okay, very cool. I have some really good friends in the Maryland, D.C. area. A really top-notch SEO named Simon Hesseltine. He's a frequent conference speaker and just an all-around great chap. You need to check him out. Let's see. But Patrick saying about real life, you can tell 2 friends, they tell 2 friends, and so on. It's the same as content distribution. Right. Thank you, Andrea. Andrea Lair likes my comment about the vote of human confidence. Yeah, Simon's awesome. Definitely check him out. I know so many people, it's ridiculous. Let's see, Eric Lander, focus on the social reach and influencer of key shares and the lost link volume over time and active accounts. It's ebb and flow. Yes, influencer is definitely part of the deal. Blyweiss is still ranting about poor quality links. I think they picked a scab when it comes to Blyweiss and poor quality links. Let's see. Let's scroll through here. Miles Technology says social shares are only valuable if they are from real people. Absolutely right. You need to kind of dig into that share count and make some kind of determination of what of those were real people and what were bots. Now, and that's kind of hard to do because you'd have to go individually through all of those people that shared and look, was this a real person? Was this a bot? But it's worth the effort, especially initially. Blyweiss on social shares says they are a next frontier of authority and trust signals, vital to success with or without SEO involved. I think I'll have to retweet that one. Thank you, Blyweiss. Buyer Group chimes back in through organic and paid reach via social insights. How more people will see your content when shared. So don't forget, you can push out and get a better both quality and quantity of links if you're putting some paid promotion behind those pieces of content that you share on social. There's definitely some targeting opportunities there as well. Blyweiss continues, social shares on scale lead to more organic search already. In the future, they're likely to direct offsite signals as well. Mark Hansen likes what I had to say. He says, very interesting. I found social provides short-term boost rankings but fades in a few days. Is there a long-term value? Can I be kind of snarky and say, is there a long-term value to building relationships? Snark alert. Hold on, let me... Yes, I agree. There's still value there. It's still a link. Regardless of how ephemeral it may be, it definitely counts as a link back toward that content. True. 100% value, no question. I agree with you. I'm being kind of snarky by saying do you not think that, trust and relationships are not of value? Hello. Let's see. Blyweiss reminds us, he says, social shares also show up in existing multi-channel funnel data and analytics. If you know how to really make analytics rock, there's some very interesting behavioral data that you can tease out of what's going on with social and traffic and shares and how information propagates across a human network. Right. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you how many times I have earned a contract or, got a referral or whatever because I participated in a chat and somebody noticed and said, hey, could you come speak on that topic? And then I spoke to a group of people and they're like, wow, that was really impressive. Can I hire you for something? Absolutely. Andrea Lair reminds us we're beginning to wind down. We're down to the last 2 minutes. Right. Relationships that I developed over the years. You never know when that relationship is going to pay you back. And you never know how often it's going to pay you back. I mean, right now I'm working with a local agency here in Austin that this could very well go from, a one-time little short-term thing to a long, ongoing, probably multiple-year relationship. So... Paula Allen's also chiming in on what I had to say. No, I'm there because I'm learning and growing. I know there are other people that want to learn and grow, and my expectation is that we're going to connect over things that we both find important. Wherever that goes from there is all bonus as far as I'm concerned. Now, granted, how do you measure the ROI when you consider all the business bonus? Honestly, a lot of the return on investment in my mind has to do with perception. I get a return every day because I learned something new. I don't really, on a personal level, I don't really need to worry about much more than that. But then again, I'm just one human being. And really, that's what human beings are looking at, all of this stuff that we do online, and they're going, did I get some value out of that today? Yes or no? If I did, then yeah, I'll come back again. If not, yeah, I'm not going to waste my time with you anymore. And sometimes we need to bring this concept of return on investment back to a human level. You can't really measure the value of a friendship or a relationship. Well, again, let's bring this back to a human level. I know that I value the people that are around me. They add something to my life. Now, do I really take the time to quantify what they added to my life? No. But I can tell you for sure, you guys have added something to my life by continuing to chime in here and comment away and encourage me and share your thoughts about a topic that I think is really important. Yeah, we watch out for each other professionally too. This is by far one of the best community-driven industries I've ever had the opportunity to be a part of. And you see it. It's evident in chats like SEO Chat and SEO Talk and Social Chat and MM Chat. There are tons of long-running chats like this that the evidence of community is incredible. And attitude's everything. Attitude is absolutely everything, Lawrence. And you know what? That also, I think, applies to business as well. You need to remember that attitude is important even in business every day. It's like, are you going to count all of the times that somebody liked or retweeted or whatever as a big win, or are you not? Depends on your attitude toward the small steps in between. Sometimes ROI takes a long time to realize. Are you in it for the long haul, or are you in it for the cheap thrill of instant gratification? So, things to ponder, and I'm getting very philosophical here at the end of SEO Chat. So, I'm going to take a drink real quick. And I am going to thank you guys very much for spending an hour with me while I chatter on about content marketing and SEO and where the real value is, and where that crossover between content and search and social and everything else, where that Venn diagram really crosses into something magical as well as valuable. I appreciate so much everybody tuning in and being a part of this Periscope coverage of SEO Chat. I hope you all have a wonderful time, and join me again next week at 12 p.m. Central. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate the love and encouragement. I hope you all have a great day, and join me again next week.